You ever see somebody driving in a roundabout and you can just tell from the look on their face that they have no idea what they're doing? They're in the thing, they're going around, they don't know what the rules are. You add a big truck to that situation, we got real bad news. There's a new state law, though, to deal with that. Steve Steger, our man who covers everything on wheels, is here to explain. Do you ever see that, Steve? You see it in their eyes in the roundabout where they're just like, what in the fresh hell is this?
Yeah.
And they've got no idea what to do.
And it's kind of, it amazes me because they've been around for a really long time. Like, you've probably gone through one at some point,
You would
right?
think.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, so the goal of this is to make these circles safer for large trucks and buses that often have to cross over the center lane if it's a 2-lane traffic circle in order to make that circle. So follow me here because this gets a little complex. So the law specifically says if you are driving a normal-sized vehicle, you've got to give the right-of-way to vehicles that are 35 feet or longer. No, you don't have to run out with a measuring tape. Think trucks, buses, fire trucks, farm equipment, that kind of stuff. And think about a circle. So it's tough for those long vehicles to curve around the roundabout, so they naturally are going to take up a lot of space, maybe cross that line. So starting October 1st, if you pull up to a roundabout and a truck is already making that circle, wait for it to pass before you pull in. Don't try to squeeze in, the law now says. It became law because of a lot of close calls.
You'll have a vehicle attempting to enter a roundabout, a multi-lane roundabout, I should say, alongside or inside a larger vehicle. And as those vehicles sort of tend to travel across the traffic lanes, that's created some fairly unsafe situations for motorists.
Penalty if you're caught not following that law, a $70 ticket. You're not likely to have cops patrolling for this, though. It's likely going to happen if you cause a crash with a large vehicle in a roundabout. It's super confusing when you read the actual law, so the simplest way to think about it is if a truck is already there, stay back until that truck is clear. Don't try to squeeze into that other lane because it's going to squeeze across the line. Just stay back.
It's kind of commonsensical. You know, just because you can go doesn't mean you have to go. And I know when I've encountered a truck in those situations, I think, you know what, you take your turn.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, because it's long, and if it doesn't, kind of twist, it's not going to be able to make it around the circle. And if those lanes are pretty narrow, it makes it pretty tough. So
if only people could have seen you acting this out with your body as you talked about it on TV.
Yeah, lots of
lots of that.
circling.
You were steering it with your body, which I really appreciated. You get into these things,
No
Steve.
problem.
Thank you. That's why you're a transportation reporter.